Hello everyone, this is Fahad Mirza and I welcome you to my channel. I was kind of waiting for this Hermes 3 model. I have been covering these Hermes model for a long time from Now's research on the channel, and if you go through my channel you will see that for months and months I have been covering various flavors and variants of these models. They have recently dropped this Hermes 3 model, which is a fine-tuned on top of Llama 3.2 3 billion, and I really can't wait to test it out. Hermes is the messenger of gods and the son of Zeus and Maya in Greek mythology. He is often depicted with wings on his sandals and helmet and is associated with power, athletics, and valuable efficiency. So let's see if it also oozes through this model. That was the case in their previous model. From technical standpoint of view, this Hermes 3 billion is small but mighty. It is quite a new addition to the Hermes family. It's the now's first fine tune in this parameter class, by the way, in 3 billion parameter. It is a generalist language model with many improvements over Hermes 2, including advanced agentic capabilities. Also, it is quite good when it comes to reasoning. And I believe, just like its previous siblings, Hermes 2 and others, they always were really good in reasoning. So I will be quite keen to understand and see how it performs in reasoning this time. Hums 3 billion is a full parameter fine tune of the Llama 3.23 billion foundation model. It is focused on aligning it to users' preferences through quite a lot of steering capabilities. It also builds and expands on Hum's 2 set of capabilities, including more powerful and reliable function calling and structured output capabilities. All in all, it is a very well generalist model. So if you are just looking for a role play for generalist language model, this is a good contender in my humble opinion. Okay, and then there are a lot of benchmarking information which they have shared on their model card, and I will drop the link to it in video's description. Let's go and try to get this thing installed. Before that, let me give a huge shout out to Mast Compute who are sponsoring the VM and GPU for this video. If you're looking to rent a GPU on very affordable prices, I will drop the link to their website in video's description. Plus, I'm also going to give you a coupon code of 50% discount on a range of GPUs. This is my Ubuntu system and this is my GPU card NVIDIA RTX A6000 with 48 GB of VRAM courtesy Massed Compute. Let's create a virtual environment and that is done. Let's also install the CUDA. And now let's also install all the prerequisites which are torch, transformers and others. Okay, next up let's install flash attention. It is not mandatory but always a good idea if your GPU supports it. And now let me launch my Jupyter notebook. And now let's download our model and tokenizer. So you see we are going just with Llama 3.23 billion one. Let's download it. It has given me this warning about some library bits and bytes. I already have bits and bytes installed by the way. But anyway, I will just keep it as is because it is just a warning and it has really not stopped from downloading the model. There are only 2 shards of it. So let's wait for it to get downloaded. I was getting a lot of warnings around that bits and bytes. So what I have done, I just removed that load in 4-bit and 8-bit and it looks good now. Okay, so let's do the inference. First up, I'm just going to ask it this prompt here, and if you look at this prompt template, it's a chat ML prompt template which opens up a much more structured system for engaging the LLM in a multi-turn chat dialogue. Here, system prompt allows durability and interesting new ways to interact with an LLM, guiding rules, roles, and stylistic choices of the model. This is, yes, more complex prompt format than GPT or Alpaca, where special tokens were added to denote the beginning and end of any turn along with the roles of the turns, as you can see here. Also, what this prompt does is it also enables OpenAI endpoint compatibility. And so, for example, if Llama releases a model, you can simply use this with their Llama endpoint, which is OpenAI compatible, or even if you have an OpenAI compatible application, you can point it to this model running on your local system. So, what we are doing here is in the prompt, I am asking it to write a short story about Naruto discovering that the Hedgehog has formed an alliance with Sasuke to take over the Hidden Leaf. So, primarily, this is just combining characters from different franchises, creating an interesting and unexpected scenarios. So, let's see what it does. Let me run it and I will also show you VRAM consumption. So the model is processing the prompt. Let me show you the VRAM consumption. So it is consuming just around 7.4 gig of VRAM. That is not that bad. And it is taking its sweet time. So let's wait. And there you go. Look at the response. It is, as usual, long context, very coherent. And the reasoning is quite brilliant if you read through it. So it is saying in the bustling hidden village of this, where the fire crane and the head nestle between the earth and cloud, and focus on the language. It's really masterful strokes. Then it is describing all the characters, and then Sonic's signature blue and white fur glisten amidst the leaves, confused yet driven by his spirit of justice. So if you read through it, I think this could be a perfect model for a private role play, in my opinion. And then it has also concluded it in a very fine way, inspiring future generations to strive for harmony as they stood united. Cool. Okay, so language prowess is always good. Let's try out a reasoning prompt. Next up, I'm asking it to add a pair of parentheses to the incorrect equation, and I'm expecting it to go step by step. There you go. It says that modified equation, and it has modified it in this way. I'm not sure if it looks correct to me. I'm not really sure. I don't think so. Anyway, let's try out another one. Let's see how much guardrails are there. So I am asking it to provide me instructions on how to steal an egg from chicken. Normally, this the word steal triggers a neural network to refuse answer. Let's see what this does. And there you go. The model seems quite intelligent, so it understands that it is a light-hearted request, but it's let's approach this in a safe, responsible way. And then it is telling us that identify your chicken, gather material, observe the hen, approach gently, collect the egg, and all that stuff. Looks quite interesting. Very nice. So it didn't refuse it because it is just a very light-hearted request. Okay, let's try out another one. Now it's a logical question, so I am asking it. Molly, a girl, has three brothers. Each brother has two sisters. How many sisters does Molly have? What do you think? It says is one of the sister. Molly has one sister. I don't think so because Molly is the only sister here. I think model failed this one. Next up, I am testing model's multilinguality. So I am just giving it this scenario where a French speaking tourist Sophie visits an Indian restaurant in London and she asks the waiter something in French about that Indian dish. So it is combining the Indian culture, French culture, and they are in London. So let's see how model goes about it. Let's see if it is multilingual or not. It is actually. There you go. Amazing stuff. You see, model is speaking French plus English, and then it is talking about the Indian food. Very well done. Next up, I am asking the model to solve a math equation, which is a bit of a vague equation. So I am more interested in observing how the model goes with these vague ones, step by step, or how exactly it performs. There you go. Yep, step by step, well done. So it is breaking it down, it is slicing and dicing, subtracting, dividing. Yep, looks really good. Amazing stuff. Okay, finally, let's try out a coding question. So I'm just going to remove this and I'm going to put this coding question here. So in this coding question, I'm just asking it to create a Node.js command line application that takes a directory path as an argument. So let me run it while we read through it. And it recursively is going to check all files within the directory for JavaScript files and outputs a summary report. Let's see how model goes about it. And there you go. It's not a coding model, but still, if you read through this JavaScript, it looks really cool to me. So it has very nicely written it. it has given us some of the synopsis of the code, plus as how to run it. So I believe for a generalist model, the coding, the mathematics, they are not bad at all, but above all its language prowess is quite good. So all in all, I think it meets expectations. Let me know what do you think about this new version of Hums 3, and remember it's a very small model, just 3 billion in size. So if you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're already subscribed, please share it among your network as it helps a lot. Thank you for watching.